In this video guide, we're going to talk about generative design in Fusion. So I'm just going to create a new design or a new project. And I'm going to construct something really simple so that you can follow and to explain better these really simple few steps that you need to know if you want to do generative design in Fusion. So first thing, let's create a sketch. And what I want to do here is something that is going to hold like panels on a facade. So I'm going to create like 4 panels here. So this is going to be the 4 panels drawing. I need to fix that. Okay. And you can see here I'm creating them separate. Actually, I can also mirror them quickly here. I just need a construction line in the middle. And then let's mirror this with the mirror line, which is this one here. And so if you want, you can discover more in the Fusion video course. Now let's assume these are 4 panels and I want to bind them together, keep them together with another element. So I'm going to finish the sketch. I'm going to go outside and let's say that this component or element or body is going to be just a, let's say, a simple box. So I'm just going to create like something like that. You can see that it's like overlapping. Okay. And so I also want to move this piece. So let me now find it here, like a new body. So say okay, and this is going to be the new body. I'm going to move it here. Okay. And perhaps here I have a column. So I need to create something that is going to keep these panels attached to the column and, you know, standing still. So maybe here I would put some, let me see here. I can put another drawing in here. So something, again, really simple, which is going to be, there you go. So finish. Again, if you're having problems with the basic steps, check the Fusion video course. So I'm going to push this, okay, out. So this is a single piece connecting to a column. I'm not going to create the column. It's just to, you know, make an example. So to hold these 4 panels, which I'm going to quickly extrude, there you go. Okay, I need 4 pieces right here, right? So I'm gonna sketch on one of these, on this missing piece. So let's say that you can give it any shape you want. I'm gonna go with the inscribe polygon, and I'm gonna keep the 6th side here, okay, and then let me extrude. Now be careful when you are attached to another part, be careful not to join here, but to create a new body or a new component. So I'm gonna say new body, okay, and this is like the last one. Now to connect also the others, I need copies. So I'm gonna either Control C, Control V and copy this, or just move it and copy into position. So these bodies here, if you go into the front, you can quickly position them on the 4 panels. Okay, so now that you have all the pieces that I need, well, you can add more details if you want. You can say, for example, where the generative component doesn't have to go. So I can say, for example, let me see here. We can create holes inside here. So let me create another sketch and let me create like here a circle. Okay, and let me extrude this. And I'm gonna extrude it on 2 sides. Okay. So perhaps I wanna say to the, and don't cut here, just create a new body. Okay, so I just want to say that the generative new component cannot go there. So this is kind of a limit. Or I can put, for example, the limit on this cross here. So, you know, it doesn't matter. You can put how many pieces and how many limits you want. This is just an example. So let's assume I don't want here, if I create like one rectangle like this and another like this, okay? So I can create another part, which I'm going to extrude. And I'm gonna say, okay, so I don't want that, also need that in the inside. So hold shift and click. Do not join. Let's just create a new body. Okay, so now we have all the pieces. And you have two ways you can do generative design. You can go here in generative design, but this is more complex and also requires credits. So you need to buy credits from Autodesk to do more advanced simulation. Or you can use the simpler automated modeling, which we already saw in the Fusion course, but just to show you the tools that you have right now. So there's also a brief explanation of that with an image. So it's pretty straightforward. You need to choose the faces to connect and the bodies to avoid. So let's go first to the bodies to avoid. So I want to avoid to interfere with this body and let's say also this body, but you can add more. And then the faces to connect. So let's say I want to connect here, let's say these 4 lateral faces of this piece with these other pieces. So it could be frontally or could be on the side. So I'm gonna go with the frontal here, okay? But you can do how many simulation you want. You just click here on generate shapes. The operation is gonna be a new body. You can also activate the opacity if you want, and you just need to wait. Now this is gonna generate the missing component for you. Well, you can also model it yourself in Fusion, of course, but this is like a quick way to, let's say, combine things together, assemble things together. So maybe you don't really know what to put in there, and you can do this kind of a brainstorming, artificial intelligence generation of alternatives. And you can pick one of those, or you can just use it as an idea. And you can see they're starting to come up. So that's the first one. And I can use this one here. There you go. So you can see how it's trying to connect the faces that we selected and try to avoid the bodies that we select to avoid. And you can see you have many options. So maybe one of these is more appropriate for you. Once you get it, you say, okay. You can also adjust a little bit with this slider. You can make it like more bold or more or simpler, and you can check if it's fine for you. If it's not, just go back and restart. Otherwise, that's the new body right there. So let me show you the other one. I'm gonna close this project and I'm gonna go in generative design. And well, actually I prepared a new one. So this is the one that I already created, which is kind of similar to the one that you saw. So it's, extrusions and pieces, etc., etc. Now, when you are in generative design, well, this is already a study that I've made. So you can create one study, more studies. You can do a new generative study. There you go. And you can switch between studies. So this is the new one here, study 2. And here you can do the study settings. You can do create some options. Now this is just more complex, but it's the same thing. So you have preserved geometry. You can do it from here, or you can do it by clicking on this little pencil. So I'm gonna preserve like this one here, 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 and the panels. Okay, and they become green. And then you have obstacle geometry. So you can click here, or you can click again on the icon on the top, and you can say, okay, this one, this one, this one, this one needs to be avoided. So that I will leave a hole inside those for whatever reason. And then you have other tools here, but this is, the basics. Then you can put structural constraint. I can say, okay, this is going to be binded to a column. So the column is going to hold everything, but from this point, and the rest needs to be then connected. And then you can put loads, structural loads. So you have the gravity here. You can also change the load, and you can change the gravity, etc., etc. You will find everything in here as usual if you follow the course. These are similar to the simulation part when you can put constraints and loads, and you can do calculation on the solidity of your model. And so perhaps, well, except for the gravity here, we will have a force coming from like outside, like the wind or whatever. And you can set although the Newton here. So let's say 100. And that's going to help you generate a more defined and precise missing piece in there. So the more criteria you put, like objective here, and you can minimize the mass, maximize the stiffness, whatever. And here you have manufacturing options. So the more you information you put, the more your piece is going to be accurate. And you can even put study materials which are going to influence how this object is going to be. So, and maybe a titanium is going to be less big than a plastic material here. So you can put more materials and do more studies. And everything is set. Now you can pre-check, and it's telling me just that this is too large to be 3D printed, but it's fine. You can preview by clicking here with a previewer, which is gonna show you a preview of what it's gonna generate. Once you finish it, you can click on generate. But to generate, you need credits. And once you're finished with the generation, you can then check the job status here, and you can explore the generative results. So it's going to give you a series of results just like you saw in the previous example. So it's definitely similar to the tool that we find in the design interface. It's just more complex, more accurate, and you can generate more. You can brainstorm, you can generate more ideas and results. So we can see something in there, and well, that's probably too big because it's considering also that part. We can work more on the indications there, and probably we need to remove these panels from the calculation. But anyway, yeah, this is just an introduction. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe to the channel and stay updated for more. If you want to support us, you can join the channel, check out all the video courses, video guides, and everything that we publish. And so that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next.